Hello everyone, Stormy Strike here, and as of recording, this is the last day of the Planet Zoo beta, and so before the beta goes away, I thought it'd be fun to show the little franchise zoo I've made here. It's not very good, but that's on purpose. I didn't want to put too much time into making a really awesome zoo, and then it all ended up going away anyway with the end of the beta. Overall, I have been enjoying the beta release. There is definitely a lot of problems and bugs with the franchise zoo, or just some of the zoo management things in general. Even right now, a couple of my animals are dying because zookeepers won't feed them for some reason, or I've also had a weird bug too where the baby lions, they just won't eat even though they have, well, I don't have any baby lions anymore because they all died. Oh, wait, no, I have one baby lion here. I don't know if this one will bug out too. I had a bunch of baby lions running around, but for some reason, even though they had plenty of food in their enclosure, they would not eat or drink, and I don't know, it was just a weird bug. And then right now, my zookeepers aren't feeding specific animals. I can't maintain ostriches because they won't feed the ostriches for some reason. But that's all problems that should be fixed by the time the full release of the game comes out, so I'm sure it's going to be a lot more fun then, because some of the weird bugs and just different things that they need to work on have made playing the franchise mode a little frustrating at points. So I'm definitely looking forward to the full release when those things will be fixed and when we can also do sandbox mode, and that is when I'll actually really focus on making some really cool enclosures hopefully, and just making fun little zoo things and do a lot more screenshots and all that kind of fun stuff. Without further ado, let's go ahead to the tour. I think I'm going to do this tour in pause for right now just because so many of my animals are dying because the zookeepers aren't feeding them. Here's our first animals to the zoo, which are these peafowls. And then over here on the other side is a warthog exhibit, which also has some of these guys. What are these? The springboks, that's what they are. So it also has a couple of the springboks. And then over here, I randomly placed these down just a short while ago. And yes, there are protesters, because again, the zookeepers just won't feed the animals that need to be fed, so that is not my fault. I've been trying to keep the animals happy. But we have a boa constrictor in here somewhere. Not gonna look for it. A frog in this one, I think. Again, probably not gonna look for it. Then over here is a tree frog exhibit, which again, not gonna look for it. Then I actually kind of liked how this part turned out with the little, technically they're supposed to be signs, but I think they actually look really cool as like cut out decorations, and then with the cherry blossom trees and the flowers on the ground. I don't know, I just think that looks kind of cool. That was one of the few things I actually put a little bit of time and effort into. Over here we have the food court area with all the generic Planet Zoo buildings. We actually have a lot of guests in our zoo, which is kind of awesome, considering how many animals have been dying. And protesters are going into the backstage area again. I don't know why, but the guests also occasionally glitch out and they come into the back area on the staff paths when there's no reason for them to go back there, so I don't understand that, but over here is the not springbok, that was the other ones. These are the pronghorn antelope guys exhibit. Again, just random decorations are placed around for whatever. But there's these little guys, they're really cute. They're super adorable. I'm sorry everything's paused. We'll look at some of the animals when they're moving around and such in a minute. And then over this way, this path has a lot of people on it. This is the Nile Monitor exhibit, which is the first exhibit that I actually put some effort into, with like the rocks here and stuff. And I mean, it's not fantastic, but I think it looks fairly decent. And these guys are so cute. I really, really love these Nile monitors, and how different they are from each other. You can tell by looking at their backs and stuff, and even their faces. Their markings are a little bit different on each individual monitor, which is so awesome. Those little details in the animals is just so cool. So there's the Nile monitor exhibit. And there's more protesters. Oh my goodness, there's a whole lot of them. I'm trying very hard to keep these animals happy. It's just, the game won't let me. Open, and over on this other side, I almost forgot this was here, these guys, and their exhibit's pretty bland, but a whole bunch of these guys, they apparently like being in big, large groups together, which is why there's a whole bunch of them. Back towards the Nile monitor exhibit is the, whatever this is, the Barrett's Tarpa. I don't know how you pronounce that either, I'm sorry. And these animals really remind me of Zoo Tycoon 2, because there's a specific campaign built around just these guys, and releasing them to the wild, I think, or something like that. I tried to make a little indoor-ish viewing area thing. It's not great at all, because I took barely any time putting it together, but I mean, it's not terrible, I guess. Here's the little Barrett's whatever guys here, and their little exhibit. Nothing too fancy. Back out over here, you can see more of these guys over here, whatever they're called, and then those guys. And then down over to the left is the lion exhibit. Some random lion statues, but a big nice glass viewing area of the lions, whose enclosure is very, very bland. But lots of beautiful lions. Oh my goodness, look at these beautiful lionesses. They're so pretty. Oh my gosh. I just cannot get over how beautiful the animals in this game are. And I built kind of a terrain, rocky, cave-like thing for them here. Again, not the greatest because I was just being very quick with it, but I don't know, kind of cool, I guess. And then over here is another like guest court area. And there's some staff facilities back there. And then over this way, there's more of those guys again. Oh, there's a baby. I didn't know there was a baby one in here. How cute. Oh my goodness, that is so adorable. Over here's an enclosure I actually put some effort into making. This is the Galapagos turtle exhibit. And this poor turtle is, for some reason, not eating, even though a zookeeper did finally put some food in his enclosure, so I don't know. I don't want him to die. But I just can't control these things right now. But I really like this random little structure I built, but these glass structure pieces are really cool. So here's the little viewing area for the turtle. There he is, right over here. I don't know why he won't eat. He has food right there. He walked right by it when I first logged on, and yet he won't eat it. I don't understand. Then I actually made my own little shelter for him, which is very simple. But again, I think it's kind of neat, though. For something I didn't put a whole lot of time and effort into, it looks kind of cool. And then we'll head out of this exhibit to the next one. Oh, this was the one I put in last. This is the gator-like creature. I think it's called the gharial? Something along those lines is how you pronounce it. Oh, look at that. That is such a cool animal. Oh my gosh. Those teeth are gnarly. I love this thing. In its enclosure, I just threw together kind of last minute. But I kind of like this little thing I got going on with the little tree in the middle of the water. I don't know. So there's that pretty creature. And then we'll head over to the last two exhibits. This is a staff area over here. There's some congestion of guests over in this area, which I guess it's a good thing that lots of guests are coming. Now here's the exhibit that I spent the most time working on, which is a Himalayan brown bear exhibit. Which, again, I didn't spend like a crazy amount of time on it, but I did spend more time than the other ones. And so I have this indoor viewing area, and the rocks from the exhibit kind of come out here. Oh, and then there's one of the bears right in here. Oh, how cute. So they actually have a pretty cool enclosure because it slopes upwards. And I really like how the rocks turned out here, even though the game kept crashing when I was trying to do them. But they come up to this big sloped area, or they have this cave, which I also made with the rocks, which I really like how that turned out. I'm gonna really like how my exhibits turn out in the full release, because I'll actually feel like spending a lot of time on them. Because when I spend some more time on them, I actually like how they turn out. And there's a hidden Mickey. I didn't even do that on purpose. That just kind of happened. Some pretty foliage and rocks over on this side. And then here is their water area, which it turns out they actually don't really like going swimming in water. I was thinking they were going to be more like the grizzly bears or something like that wants to swim in a big thing of water. So this whole thing ended up being kind of pointless, but it looks cool, and I also added a little waterfall, which I'll again have to come back to when I have the game on play. There's a random bear statue. And then, so the guest viewing area out here for this part is kind of cool because I did do it 2 levels. There's the bottom level, where if these bears actually like to swim deep in the water, they could be swimming in here and you could see them, but since they don't like to do that, you probably want to come up here to the second level. And on this viewing platform, you can see the bears from a pretty good viewpoint here. So yeah, it's kind of a fun section. This was actually unintentional, but it ended up working out good. Is a view of the savanna animals here, which we also have another viewing area. Actually, there's a couple viewing areas for this exhibit. And I don't know what I was thinking for this exhibit, but there's just like a big thing of water and like nothing on one side. So just ignore that part. But this side's actually decent-ish. Again, it's like I put some effort into some areas, like this is not half bad, but then the rest of it I kind of just gave up on. There's our dying ostriches. There's the giraffes and zebras. Look how pretty they are. Holy cow, look at these beautiful giraffes. The giraffes just look especially awesome in this game. Like, look how cute they are. They're so pretty. My goodness. Of course, I had to have some zebras because I love me some zebras. And then here's the rest of their little exhibit. And there you have it. That is all of my zoo here. Go ahead and view some of the animals while they're actually walking around and stuff now. Yep, and there goes the other ostrich just died. Yep, he just died. Oh my gosh. There's the giraffes. Oh, they're running. They're so cute. We'll go check out the bears, see what they're up to. Here's the waterfall in the enclosure. Again, kind of just thrown together, but still looks pretty cool. There's one of the bears. Oh, and the bear's gonna play with the box. I really like how they interact with the different items. It's pretty cool. Oh, here's the... whatever this is called again. Swimming in the water. Here is the lions. There's the daddy lion playing with the box. That box is getting really crushed up. It is really amazing too that the animals do get scars on them. I think that is an insanely awesome detail. And unfortunately, a lot of the animals will fight with each other, even when you're trying not to let that happen. Like the male babies will grow up and then they'll fight with the other males in the exhibits. Or if you're these guys, you'll just fight with everybody because they only tolerate one other of their kind in the exhibit. Look how cool this is. I love these guys so much. They're so neat. I've spent quite a lot of time just watching these guys because they're so cool. And I look forward to what other animals are going to be coming out in the final release of Planet Zoo, and then also probably DLCs. We're all assuming they're going to do DLCs in the future with even more different kinds of animals which will be super awesome. Here's the pronghorn antelopes. They are really adorable. So cute! Oh my goodness. When I'm not trying to manage the zoo and build new stuff and actually look at the animals again, I'm like, oh, they're all so cute. But normally with this franchise zoo, I've been just stressing out over the management things and the buggy beta stuff, making it more difficult. And I suppose that'll about do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to the full release of Planet Zoo on November 5th. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone!